on the seed line there. What was your immediate reaction?
You know, it's a little bit of relief, just knowing, you know, how much has gone into this, you know, starting back in June when we got most of the team together. But even then, you know, obviously just the amount of guys that we added and then also didn't have, you know, with Rienk and Casey, and just kind of all the struggles we went through over the course of this season. And just, you know, obviously like the heartbreak losses we had that were games that we really just kind of pissed away. But yeah, you know, it's kind of a short-lived moment where it's like, you know, it feels good to, you know, see it officially there, even though we've known for the better part of like, you know, 2 weeks now that we were most likely in. But, you know, now it's just like, okay, how do we get ready? But definitely, you know, a bit gratifying just seeing it there.
For either of you, you know, talk about having the same approach every game. You know, what's the challenge to staying level, you know, staying, you know, keeping that same approach, not getting caught up in the moment on that stage like the tournament?
It's definitely a high-stakes game that we're going into. This past weekend was some high-stakes game, and I feel like we've played a lot of must-win games throughout this season, especially this last month. So just sticking with what we know, sticking with the same preparation, same type of recipe for how we prepare, and I think that will help us kind of keep us level-headed and take away some of the nerves. But obviously, I mean, if you're not nervous / excited for this game, then this is a great stage, great opportunity.
Yeah, I mean, obviously at this time of year, there's no slouches left. You know, even like those low, like 16, 15, 14 seeds that, you know, they had to get out the mud at their conference tournaments, you know, they show that they can win consistently, you know, in the biggest moments and pull it out. And just, you know, even with, you know, like yesterday, you know, NC State beat North Carolina for their 5th game in 5 days, you know, and I think they made it in as like an 11 seed or something, 11 seed or 12 seed. And it's like, that's supposed to be the bad team that just beat, you know, a genuinely like pretty fresh North Carolina team on its 5th day. And so, like, there's really no days or any kind of, you know, you can't underestimate anybody. And, you know, it is do or die. And so, you know, everyone's going to be excited and everyone's going to be, you know, ready to go for these next few days leading up to A&M.
Fred said he was in his room watching it and got a little emotional. Could you tell how much this meant to him? He's built this up for 5 years to try to get to this point.
Yeah, I mean, obviously with me, you know, it's like my first year back, but just, you know, being from the city, you know, every time I come back and, you know, just following the team, you know, you just see a lot of stuff online, you know, talking about the program and, you know, Coach Royberg. And I know just, you know, how challenging it's been for him to try to figure it out and just deal with not always the nicest things said about, you know, him and the team. And so for him to finally get, you know, the right pieces to kind of play and do the things that, you know, he's wanted and, you know, do it the right way, I just know how much that means to him to finally have some bit of kind of relief with the amount of time and investments put into this.
Yeah, you could definitely see it, like, touch him. He's been here, he's invested a lot of time and effort into this program, and to finally see it pay off, I'm sure that's an amazing feeling for him. He's a very even keel, like, person. You don't see that many emotions up or down with him, which is something that has definitely helped us throughout this season, but you can definitely see today that it meant a lot to him. So that's pretty cool.
The fan base is pretty fired up about your guys' matchup, just considering your former athletic directors now at that school. Does that mean anything to you guys?
Well, we're not playing the athletic director. We're playing the men's basketball team. That's what we'll be focused on, and I know for the fans that this will mean a little bit extra. But yeah, like I said, we're not playing the athletic director. We're playing the team. We're playing those guys, and that's what we'll be focused on.
Yeah. Trev was. I mean, obviously we don't deal with anything behind the scenes, you know, outside of the court. But you know, he was always good to us, you know, any interaction we had, and you know, I was a part of like the SAC like group or whatever, the advisory committee, and you know, he was always like a genuine like good dude, and so you know, there's no ill will with us players, and you know, I know that the fan base obviously has very different feelings to that, but you know, we're just trying to approach this as, you know, just another matchup, and you got to take care of business.
Won't let it be a distraction. Yeah, distractions. let's not
Focus on
let that
ball.
influence us. Just exactly focus on ball.
What do you guys know about Texas A&M?
I personally don't know a whole lot. I've seen some games in the past from them, but this year I've not really followed them that much. Obviously, once you know you're playing, you're hearing some stuff about how well they rebound, but also how they're not very good at defending the three, which is one of our strengths. So I feel like it's a game of who can play better towards their strengths and who can adjust and mitigate the other team's strengths. And we'll definitely do a whole lot of rebounding drills this upcoming week. I know that's been some of our struggle this season, so we know that and we know how to work on it, and we'll hopefully be ready for it.
Josiah, Texas A&M leads the nation in offensive rebounding percentage. You guys just faced Illinois, who was the #1 offensive rebounding team in the Big Ten. How much do you think that will prepare you just for the level of physicality you'll need to bring to match up with them?
You know, it is, I mean, obviously it's very unfortunate the way that unfolded, but it's nice that the last game we played was, you know, a slap in the face, just in terms of, you know, how we got beat. Like, that's going to be fresh in everybody's minds that we lost, we didn't play for a championship today, because we couldn't keep them off the glass. And so it's kind of nice that, you know, the poor outcome has, you know, that kind of flip side to it. And yeah, it's just going to be about, you know, how badly everybody wants it, because there's not a lot of scouting you can do when you know it's just going to be, they're coming, like they're crashing.
Ball goes up, they're coming.
Yeah, like the game's going to be won on the glass. Like, they don't shoot it well from three, but they're going to go get their misses. And so, you know, the coaches can maybe scout their most likely path to the rim. But at the end of the day, it's going to be, you know, man on man, you know, are you going to nut up and get it done?
Josiah, last night Joel was pretty hurt that he couldn't be out there due to fouling out. Just how is his leadership going to be, and then also NCAA tournament experience going to play a role next week?
You know, Juan always does a great job for us, just setting that tone on the glass, and just, you know, on that defensive end overall. And, you know, obviously, you know, you got to see it, you know, just emotionally, just how much he cares and, you know, wants to be there for us. And so, you know, just kind of knowing that, having that poise and, you know, that experience playing, you know, obviously in a completely different venue than we've been anywhere close to today or this year, you know, against a team we've never played against. You know, it's definitely something that we'll be able to rely on, and, you know, he always does a good job just sharing his thoughts, whether it's in the timeout or halftime. And so, you know, I know guys will be looking to him for some leadership in that aspect.
Rienk, coach said that you're an easy team to cheer for. What do you think he means by that?
I think we have a lot of guys with good character that play the right way and want to share the ball. We've definitely shown that we got guys that are unselfish, and I feel like, I mean, I love teams that share the ball and make the extra pass and want to play for each other and win together. And this is for sure a team that does that really, really well. And with Casey, I mean, Casey is electric, so a lot of people will be cheering for him, and this team in general, I mean, it's a lot of fun to watch.